Hi guys, welcome back. No. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have absolutely no idea what the hell I'm doing. I literally just decided to come to the studio and turn on the camera and just record myself getting ready while I'm talking to you guys. So I guess you could call it chit chat, but more than anything, I do give so many tips and tricks in this video on how I have been dealing with my severe dry skin. Now that I have moved to LA, I cannot even begin to tell you how dry my skin from head to toe. My scalp all the way down to my feet are so freaking dry. I can't get over it. So definitely there are a ton of tips in this video and one trick towards the end that I learned recently that has literally saved my life and made my skin look so glowy and so dewy no matter how powdery or cakey or dry and crusty it looks. So beware, because I use those words a lot. Crusty, cakey, and crepey. A lot. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. And no, rewind, hold on. I'm gonna stop rambling and cut this intro. If you wanna see how to get this look and learn some tips and tricks on how I'm dealing with my severe dry crocodile skin, then just keep watching.
Oh yeah, all day.
All day, it's every day, bro.
Oh dear God.
And action. Are we still rolling?
Yep.
Oh, so I'm just like screaming at Austin while we're rolling. Okay, great.
You were yelling at me. I love you. Do you want a cocktail?
I'm
Do you want a cocktail? Me fill it up?
I'm okay. I'll let you know. I feel very out of my element right now because I'm not filming at home. I've never filmed in a studio just to do like a regular old makeup tutorial on my channel. So I feel like very kind of misplaced right now. So if you guys are like, what's wrong with her? Why is she acting weird? That's why. I'm in a really nice, really bougie studio with a lot of equipment that I am not used to filming with. But for today's video, I know I already talked about it in the intro, but I am going to be kind of just winging it. I have no idea really what look I'm gonna actually do. But since I have moved to LA, my skin has completely changed and I had to completely revise my entire routine because what worked for me in Florida and the humidity is no longer working for me here in LA. So I've had to add a few additional steps into my routine. So I just figured that I would get on camera today and just sit down and talk to you guys, chit chat, and just throw on some makeup and show you guys what my routine has been for my extremely dry skin. So first things first, I'm gonna go in with the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. I used to love this. If you guys watched my channel a couple years back, this was like my go-to foundation, and I've had to reintroduce this into my routine. I typically use the Too Faced Born This Way right here, and my skin would just not accept it here in LA. It's so damn dry here that like I would put it on and it would just kind of like want to just move on my face. It wouldn't go into my skin, it would just sit on my skin, and I felt like it made me look so old. And my mom has always complained about that. And you know, a lot of people in my life complain like, oh, sometimes I feel like my skin looks better without makeup. And I'm like, you're tripping. Like I've never felt like that. But now that I'm here in LA, I feel it. Like I have to be so careful about what I put on my skin. So I put this Hourglass all over my face, and I do go in with just a little bit of the Too Faced Born This Way, and I kind of just marry them together with a beauty sponge. This beauty sponge is the Jeffree Star collab with Morphe. It's the same thing as just their original sponge, but it's just pink. And I like it because it's cute on camera and it kind of matches my vibe right now. So I'm just going to blend those two together all over. The Hourglass Stick Foundation is so much creamier than the Too Faced Born This Way. So that's why I put it on first, because I feel like I get so much coverage with this, but my skin just accepts it better. And I've had to do so much work on my skin since I've been out here. Like I have to exfoliate so much. I have to shave my face constantly. I have to do so many masks. I have spent so much money on skincare since I've lived out here because I've just had to change my entire routine. Like I'm just trying to find what works for me because I feel like I have an entirely different face since I've moved to LA. Well, now I'm pissed because Jesus laid my baby hairs and I don't know how to get around them with my foundation. Damn you, Jesus! This is so bad. I don't know how I'm gonna bronze or contour with those baby hairs. It's gonna be a bitch. I personally think, and I know that all the oily people I personally think that all the oily people out there are going to be so pissed at me when I say this, but I think it's harder to deal with dry skin when it comes to makeup than oily. It is awful. It makes you look so crepey and so old. Like you can combat your oil, but like dryness, it's just the devil. It's out to get you. It's here to kill, steal, and destroy. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the Morphe concealer. I know, she's a Morphe whore. Use code JACKATTACK, all caps. But I will never give up a full coverage concealer because I feel like all of these hydrating concealers that are more of like a light medium coverage, they just crease so hard underneath my eye area and they don't last throughout the day. So I prefer to stick no matter how dry my skin is, no matter what I'm going through in life. I just personally think that a more light coverage can get really settled in all of your fine lines and wrinkles and actually make you look older rather than younger. I think a full coverage concealer, no matter what your age, is the way to go. And then the way you make it look the best is by the way you choose to set it. That's just my opinion. But also, my opinion is just the truth. So now at this point in my current routine, what I love to do and have been doing is using a cream bronzer or contour, but I do not have the shade with me that I need. I love using the Dior Air Flash. It's got like the perfect amount of matte, but it's also so easy to blend. It's an aerosol can and I just spray it like directly onto a brush, but I did not bring a shade that's dark enough for me right now. This is shade 501. This is the darkest one that I packed and brought here to the studio. So, and I have darker ones at home, so I can't use that for you guys, but that is the way I would love to bronze and contour. I would spray it directly onto a brush and then I would just go in like this because I just feel like overall, it just makes the end look and the end result look way more just creamy, dewy, alive if you are dry as opposed to mattifying your face and going in with a powder bronzer. And I also love to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Foundation Sticks. I always use the shade Almond, but again, I do not have that with me right now. Those are the things that I forgot. So I would suggest doing a cream, but since I don't have that, I'm just gonna go in with powders like normal and let's pretend that I'm using a cream. So now I'm gonna set my under eye and I'm gonna be using the Charlotte Tilbury Magic, what is called the Magic Powder Under Eye and Face. So obviously by the description, you can use it on your entire face or under your eye. I'm gonna use it just under my eye today because I just feel like I know it's gonna sound so weird because literally if you watch my channel, I said channel. If you watch my channel, you'll know that I have been so dedicated to this Kat Von D palette right here for years, like years. I'm not kidding. I think it's been like 4 years, maybe 5, ever since it came out pretty much, that I've been using these 2 shades for my under eye. But now that I'm out here in this dry weather, it just dries out my under eye so much. So I had to find an alternative. And I love, love, love the Charlotte Tilbury powder for the face. I'm just using shade number 2. I think it's called number 2 Fair Medium. I just take it on my beauty sponge and just tap it right under the eye like that. It looks like I'm putting a lot, but honestly, it just soaks in so beautifully. And I just do 1 layer and that is it. And for me, it's kind of hard because I just love to apply makeup. It just relaxes me and helps with my anxiety and my mood. So I can sit here and just keep packing things on all day. But when it comes to powder and you are dry, you have to be so sparing with it. And you have to be so just like relaxed and laid back because if you do more than 1 layer, you're gonna regret it. And it's really, really, really hard to take it back. But I will show you a trick that I have a little later on in the video in case you do apply too much powder and you are dry, the way to bring that dewiness back, that life back, and make you not look so dull and crepey and flaky and dry and disgusting. I'm also gonna use that powder just to set my eyelids as well. Okay, so now to set my entire face, I'm gonna go in with something that has basically no coverage whatsoever. It is a translucent powder. You guys have seen me talk about this and rave about this, especially for people with dry skin. It is incredible. It is the Hourglass Veil Translucent Powder. It has the most beautiful sheen to it. It's not glittery, it's not shimmery or whatsoever. It just has this gorgeous glow. So if you are on the dry to normal side and you just wanna enhance your skin, I highly recommend this powder. And I like using this more than like an all over face powder that actually has any tint in it because it's just gonna give me more coverage and be a little bit too much and too intense. And the more product you add and the more powder you put on and the more coverage, the crepier you're gonna look. How many times do I say crepey in this video? Honestly, if I took a shot for every single time I said crepey, I would be hospitalized, and I have not even gotten to my eyebrows yet. It shows me at the end of the video being wheeled away in a stretcher, just like. So again, using the same beauty sponge, we're just gonna put that all over the face, 1 layer. And I love this because it does have such a beautiful gleam to it that you really, I don't wanna say you can't put on too much, but you kinda can't. Like no matter how much you put on, it doesn't really get like crusty or crepey. Okay, so something that I always do to make sure that I have on enough translucent powder, because I never want to go overboard with it, but I want to make sure that I have enough on. So to make sure that I have that perfect amount, I always take my hands and I just kind of touch my cheek area, because if it's sticky still, I want to put a little bit more on, because otherwise when I apply my bronzer, it is going to be choppy and it's going to not look perfectly blended. So just to make sure that you're nice and smooth, and that's how you know that your bronzer is going to go on nice and smooth as well. So as you guys know, this is one of my ride or die bronzers of all time. It is the Alexis Ren ColourPop collaboration. It is the bronzer shade in Topaz. I wish that they would come out with it on its own, because I never use this highlight. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but this bronzer is so beautiful. If you have a tan, if you have golden yellow undertones, olive undertones, it's gonna be so gorgeous. It definitely has more of an orangey, more like apricot undertone, which is why I love it so much. And I use it to bronze and contour kind of at the same time, but if I don't like the way it turns out and I just wanna use it just as a bronzer, then I'll go in with a more cool tone and I will just use it right there just to sculpt. But today I'm gonna use it all over the face to do a little sculpting and bronzing. So we're gonna start right here at the very top of the ear on this little indentation that we have right there. Oof, it's like my favorite thing in my makeup is when I make that first line. I'm like, yes, give me my cheekbones back, bitch. And then I'm just gonna take this and just start to slowly move upward. We don't want to put it too much on this area of the cheek. See, look at the difference between this cheek and that cheek. Like, I am obsessed. I'm obsessed. So we want to stay right in here, move upward. Don't go too high on the cheekbone, and also don't go on the apples. So keep all of this right here totally blank. We're just gonna stick in this area and then come up right here on the side of the temple. If you don't feel like you have a wide face, you do not need to go on the temple. This is only for people who feel like they want to bring their face inward. If you love your face and you want your eyes to be more separated and open and bright, like if you have eyes that are close together, then don't put your bronzer right here. But I personally want to bring this face inward. All right, how am I gonna do this forehead with these baby hairs? Okay, we're just gonna like try to work around these baby hairs a little bit. Oh God. All right, well, this is not ideal, but we're making it work. So it doesn't matter what the occasion is. If I'm going to take the time to do a full beat, then I'm going to take the time to bake. If I'm running out the door and I don't have time, I could just leave my bronzer like this and walk away. But the before and after of baking my face just gives you so much more sculpt. It makes your makeup look so much more put together and just less messy. So I just follow my natural cheekbone. I kind of can see my shadow, and I see how it goes like this. And I just follow that right down and then just swoop that out like that. Honestly, you can let that sit for not even that long. You could let that sit there for a minute and then wipe it off and you will see a difference. Okay, now I'm going to just put a little contour situation on my nose. This is actually my first time using this brush, but I've been so interested in using it. Oh my, okay, well, damn. That's a tight nose. Okay, we're gonna bake this nose as well. Damn! That brush took my nose to a place. Okay, I'm such a psychopath about my nose contour. The bake, it's ridiculous. Okay, so now I'm going to slap on my brows, which is the Borefest, and I will be right back. All right, so I did my brows, and then we ordered tostada salads, and I got done eating. So it's been like 30 minutes and I'm in a great place, but also very tired because wow, that was a very filling and so good. Okay, so I'm gonna be going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette right here. This is such a beautiful palette. I just love this collection so much. Looks like this, if you can see it. The colors are so beautiful, vibrant, shimmers, mattes, and they just apply really, really, really pretty to the eyes. Today's video is not really about the eyes necessarily, like doing like a full-on tutorial. I'm gonna do something simple on my eyes, honestly, just kind of like jump through it, a little neutral something something, and then move on, because I want to show you guys a little trick that I have that I recently discovered on the face. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna go in with like this color right here, which is A3 and B5. I'm gonna mix those together and just pop them in my crease. Do you see the pigment in that? It really is just, they're beautiful shadows. The mattes blend very well. Now I'm gonna take shade D1 right here on a smaller brush and just put that a little bit lower in the crease as well. Blend those shades together. I'm gonna take a little bit of A5 right here And put a pinch of that in my crease as well, just to give it that nice fall feel with that really pretty orange. Okay, so I have not used this product yet, but I'm really, really excited to. And it is the Kylie Jenner Shimmer Eye Glaze. This is in the shade Dime Piece. I love products like this, like so much, when they're just like that creamy, ultra, just like super over the top, glittery chrome. I'm gonna put this all over my lid. I'm gonna start off by doing it with my fingers, just because normally I have to use my fingers for products like this, or I have to go in. Oh my God, holy moly, I couldn't even finish my sentence. That is beautiful. If you don't wanna use your fingers with a product like this, I would recommend going in with a flat brush and wetting it, like dampening your brush with like Fix Plus or any sort of face spray that you can find. It can be a glowy face spray, whatever it is, it will help the product stick to the lid. So doing that definitely created some fallout. So let me just, yeah, but it's very, very, very easy to dust that off. That just went right away.
Something in your hair on the right side.
Down here?
Yeah. You see it?
Oh, I do. Oh my God, that is a piece of tostada salad. Oh my God. Let's give them something to talk about. Oh my God, Jaclynhill is such a fat ass. She has salad in her hair. Taco head. I'm gonna go in with my Ring the Alarm palette right here. I'm gonna go in with the deepest shade called Secret. Oh! I just hit pan on this one. I have like 4 of them at home, so it doesn't count though. But I just hit pan. How cute. I use a shade for everything. But I'm going to take this on a definer brush, and I'm gonna just stamp it just really lightly on my upper lash line, just for a little effect, because I don't want to do eyeliner, but I do want a little something up there before I apply my lashes. So I'm gonna put on some mascara and then pop on some eyelashes. Bada bing, bada boom. I can't believe you do this not looking in the mirror.
You could do it if you tried.
I wouldn't try because I'd be scared to lose my eye.
Your muscle memory. You know exactly where that brush is gonna fall.
Hold on. Oh no, I cannot do that. So for my lashes today, I'm gonna be going in with a new brand called Unscripted. Crispy is the one who developed these lashes and founded and is the CEO of this brand, which I think is so freaking cool. I have followed Crispy since the very beginning. I feel like I followed her since she had like probably like 5,000 followers, and she's so talented and she's so sweet in person. So I'm really excited for her to launch her own brand. I think it's so perfect that she's doing lashes because her lashes always look so fire. I used to watch her tutorials all the time, and she would always take her lash and like put it like a little bit out further than her actual eye to give herself like that wide-eyed effect. And I always try to do it, and I just looked so stupid, but I always admired it so much. So I love that she did this. I'm gonna go in with the style Legendary. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with the shade D1 from the Norvina palette. Gosh, it's so shiny that I feel like you guys can't really see it. I'm gonna hit that with a pencil brush on my lower lash line and just go back and forth in windshield wiper motions and get that nice and smoked out under there. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in with Secret from Ring the Alarm right here. I'm just gonna put that nice and tight on my lower lash line as well, right on my lash line. I'm gonna go back in with a pencil brush and just blend all of that out, get it nice and smoky under there. I just personally can't live without a smoky lower lash line. I just don't like it when it's like really tight. I think that the smokier you make it, the more open and wide and bright-eyed your eyes look. So I always smoke up my lower lash line. Even if I'm doing something really daytime and more like subtle, I still will take a really light color and smoke it out. You won't even really notice it, but I do it because I just think that everything just comes together so much more beautifully, if you will. My lash glue is out. Like to the point that like my lashes aren't even staying on.
Can we get a stapler?
All right, I do not appreciate that comment. I thought that was a 2. I was like, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of A2 right here on a fluffy brush. And I'm just gonna lightly hit that on my lower lash line right in here. Just for a little bit more oomph. Okay, I'm gonna wipe off all of this translucent powder around my nose so that I can see the damage that I have done with that nose contour and that brush. Oh my goodness. It's like a different nose. All right, so she is sucked in. I'm gonna also dust off this translucent as well. You can see what a difference that made. How much more like clean and sculpted. Can you see it, Amber?
Yes, I can.
And that's why it's like, We live for a chiseled effect. All right, I'm gonna take a white eyeliner. This is the MAC Fascinating Eye Kohl, and I'm gonna put it on my lower waterline. This has just been like my favorite thing to do recently. I have not worn black on my waterline in so long because it just makes your eyes look so bright-eyed and so awake. Like, let me put it on one eye and you can see the difference between this eye and this eye. It's just like, dink. And then I love putting black mascara on my lower lashes because it's just like that white and that black contrast. It just makes your eyes look very doe-eyed and just makes them pop. Okay, I'm gonna go in with some pinky corally blushes. Blush is one of my favorite steps of my routine because I think that it just makes you come so alive and just look like a fresh baby doll and just makes you look so girly and feminine. And it makes me think of when I was a little girl and I would go play out in the snow and I would come in and my cheeks and my nose would be all red and my mom would always be like, look at your little rosy cheeks. Like, I just always think of that whenever I apply blush for some reason. It's just like the memory comes back. So the more blush, the better. Look at my champagne pop. I'm the creator of champagne pop and this is what my champagne pop looks like. It's so sad. So I'm just gonna hit it just nice and light. Oh, bitch, yes. I love highlighting the apples of my cheeks. I get comments on Instagram being like, when are you gonna stop highlighting the apples of your cheeks? I'm like, never. Like, if I've got these big ass cheeks, I'm gonna highlight them. So now I wanna teach you guys a trick. This is something I recently learned from my friend, also my employee, Anthony, that I have been obsessed with because I have been so dry, like I've talked about this entire video, that a lot of times when I get to the end of my makeup, I'm like, oh, like right now I don't see it as much. I'm not looking too dry, but a lot of times when I get to the end, I hate how dry I look, and it's to the point that setting spray can't even really take care of it. So this is a trick if you have muddiness in your bronzer, if it's choppy, if it didn't blend out properly, if you have too much powder on, if you look cakey, if you just look cringy, if you just look crepey, whatever it is, this trick works, and it's really scary the first time you do it, but I'm telling you, it works. I sound like I'm on QVC. What's new? QVC Jaclynhill. But it really does work. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. It's intimidating, but it's amazing. So what you do is you take a little bit of that oil, just drop a few drops in the back of your hand like that. I'm telling you, the first time I did this, I was in a full-blown panic. I was like, no, it's gonna ruin my face. Take your damp beauty sponge, dip it in there like that, pounce it around, and then really make sure that there's barely any oil left on it. Kind of just like bounce it. And then once you get to that point where there's really not much left, take that and wherever you're feeling really dry or crepey, just lightly start to touch. And you'll see the difference between this cheek and my other cheek. So it does not ruin your makeup. It does not break up your makeup. All it's gonna do is add hydration. Like right now in person, this under eye now looks like there's no powder on it whatsoever. Where over here, I can definitely see powder, but this side is just like glistening and it just looks like I have on nothing but just concealer foundation. It just looks beautiful and much more natural. It's like a lifesaver for people who have dry skin or anyone who applies too much powder. I love this trick. Makes me so happy. And you can use this trick anywhere in your entire face. You can put it all over your forehead, all over your cheeks, all over anything, your entire face. You can use this trick and it's just gonna make everything come together, and just like your powder and your foundation and concealer is gonna like marry each other and become one, and it just looks so natural and so dewy. You can start off light, and if you need more, just keep building it, but do not go in initially with a lot, otherwise you will ruin your makeup. So just a little bit at a time, but if you're like, that's still not enough, you can go in with more and just do the exact same thing, just a tiny bit, step by step at a time. I'm gonna pop some highlight on my inner corner. Okay, I'm gonna throw some mascara on my lower lashes real quick. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in the shade Love Trap. I love Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. They're so creamy and easy to apply, but they do have a little bit of a shine to them. So if you're looking for a more matte lip liner, I would go with a MAC Cosmetics lip liner or a Morphe lip liner. They're much more matte. These definitely have a little sheen, but they're so easy. They glide right on your lips. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in the shade Kim KW. This is an oldie but a goodie. I've loved this shade for so long. It's a beautiful like baby pink. It's very flattering and also very pale. I'm gonna just tap that out and I'm gonna put a gloss on over top of that. I'm gonna go in with Kylie Cosmetics lip gloss in the shade Exposed. I love Kylie's glosses so much. I feel like she could come out with 300 of them and I would want to own every single one. They're one of my favorite formulas. I love everything about them. And this is definitely a peachy undertone, but I think it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be flattering to the eye look. for sure. All right, you guys, so that is the finished look. As you can see, I did not even spray my face with setting spray. You totally can, but because of the trick that I showed you guys today using the primer oil all over the cheek area, I do not feel like I actually need it. Like, I hope the camera is picking up how genuinely healthy and glowy my skin looks, and it's crazy because if you only knew how genuinely dry I am right now, like my skin is like alligator skin. Like when I get out of the shower and I get done washing my face, if I don't start packing my skin with serums and oils and moisturizers, it like hurts. Like I go like, and I feel like it's gonna just like crack open at the seams. So this trick has been saving my life recently. I hope that everybody else out there who struggles with really dry skin, I hope that this trick helps you guys. If it does, please let me know. Tweet me, tag me on Instagram. I really wanna be able to help you guys out there who have severe dry skin because it's aggressive. Like I can't even tell you, like my legs look like crocodile skin, for real, it's insane. But anyways, that's it. I'm gonna stop babbling. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.